Hello, I'm Delaney Kepner.
And I'm Isabella Colello. Welcome to this year's North Country Festival of Trees, benefiting the Samaritan Foundation.
We're here to give you your exclusive first look at this year's trees. So let's get started. And right here we have our first tree. It's titled The Wonders of Music. It was sponsored by Watertown Savings Bank and decorated by Gene Kress and Isaiah Dufresne. And you can really see the attention to detail, how they incorporated their title right into the tree.
You can see with the musical instruments and topped off with a snazzy musical hat.
So let's head to number 2. And our second tree is called Bells and Wings, and it was sponsored by Northern Radiology Associates PC and decorated by Jean Goodfriend, Kimberly Roberts, Sherry Schneeberger, and Eduardo Santos. And not only is there an awesome Christmas atmosphere right here, but it's so creative. We have the moon up there, even floating in the distance. Really a great start to the Festival of Trees. And our next tree is fully encompassing the North Country vibes. It's titled It's a Wonderful Life on the Farm, sponsored by Brookfield Renewable US, and it was decorated by Peggy Murray, Lisa Porter, Jenna Waite, Shelley Waite, Joy Seal, and Karen Stofka.
And like you said, it is the perfect North Country Christmas tree. It is completely rustic and just really captures that North Country essence.
On to the next.
Now, this is the popcorn popping on the Christmas tree, sponsored by Apogee Physicians, and it was decorated by the Franson family.
And I mean, you can see the popcorn popping. Who doesn't love popcorn? I know, Izzy, it's one of your favorite snacks and meals.
Absolutely, it's definitely making me hungry looking at it.
And our next tree captures the essence of a classic Christmas film and is titled fittingly, It's a Wonderful Life. It was sponsored by Cheney Tire and decorated by Melinda Worthington.
And now this tree truly captures the Christmas spirit and also is a great way to sit down with your family and watch a Christmas movie. Now the sixth tree is called It's a Wonderful Life When Brody Comes to Grandma's, and it is sponsored by the Donahue family and decorated by Donna Trumbo, Melinda Worthington, Pandora Gallo, Janet Evers, and Joy and Emma Evers.
And this tree really has a personal touch. We have pictures of the family right in the ornaments and really captures the spirit of Christmas and the time spent with family. And this tree is called It's a Wonderful Life When Santa Stops Here. It's sponsored by North Country Family Health Center and was decorated by Primary of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Now, I absolutely love this tree. It captures the holiday spirit and all of the holly jolly joyfulness and just really looks like it should be out of the North Pole.
And we definitely didn't miss it. There's already a bite out of Santa's cookie, so we're on the lookout for whoever did that.
Now this tree is called It's a Wonderful Life When You Are Known for the Holidays, and it was sponsored by Schwartzman and Wise and decorated by Danielle Repp and Donna Trumbo.
And we love the pun and we love the tree. We love the gnomes, one of my favorite Christmas decorations. It doesn't get much better than this.
Absolutely.
And this tree is called It's a Wonderful Life When You Have Faith and Family. It was sponsored by King & King Architects and decorated by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Now this tree is so intricately decorated. There are ornaments on almost every branch and there's even some snow here. This tree is called It's a Wonderful Life in Watertown and sponsored by ABC 50, and it was decorated by singles of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
And no bias here, but I really do love the theme. I love how we captured Watertown. We have pictures of homes around Watertown, buildings around Watertown covered in snow in these ornaments, and it really captures the essence of the winter months right here in Watertown. And this tree is called Santa's Hot Cocoa Shop and is sponsored by Clayton Dental Office and decorated by K.I. and Ruby LeClaire.
Now, I just want to stop right now, right here, and just have a cup of hot cocoa. It has hot cocoa ornaments, little treats and everything, so you're really ready to go for the winter season.
And this tree is titled Walking Through a Wonderland of Positivity. It's sponsored by CCOM Federal Credit Union and was decorated by Kathy and Andrea Latier, Lauren Lutz, and Kristen Donahue. And I love this tree because although it can be stressful during the holidays, it has all these positive phrases and words of affirmation and also an entire winter wonderland you can even walk through. And this tree is called The Spirit of Christmas. It is sponsored by HP Hood and was decorated by TJ and Emily Babcock.
We haven't really seen a tree that was all blue yet, and this one is amazing. There's decorations on almost every branch, and there's blinking and twinkling lights. It's just beautiful.
And this tree is called Zuzu Petals, a reference to the movie It's a Wonderful Life. It is sponsored by Price Chopper and Market 32 and was decorated by Lori Donahue. And I love this tree. I love the attention to detail, the petals within the ornaments, and it's really just beautiful and could fit anywhere in your home. This tree is called Lucky Ducks, if you couldn't guess it. It's sponsored by Geico Insurance and was decorated by Augustinian Academy. And I mean, you're a lucky duck if you get this tree. It's so cute, so lovely. I mean, bright colors, everything you could possibly want to brighten up your home.
This tree is called Fearless Female, sponsored by Complete Family Care and Laser Center, and decorated by Shiana Gray and Olive and Hope Skincare Boutique.
And what I love about it is it has women from the national level to the local level. We have Michelle Obama, Lady Gaga, all the way to Sheriff O'Neal. This tree is called Night of Nostalgia, and it was sponsored and decorated by the Children's Home of Jefferson County. And this tree really rings true to its name. You can see all the nostalgic toys right in front, the ones I remember growing up playing with, and those all come with the tree.
So it's a wizardly Christmas tree sponsored by Colello Air Technologies and decorated by the Alfaro and Harrison families.
And I mean, the magic is real right here. They thought of everything. We have all the little details, including our wands. So without further ado, let's go on to the next tree. This tree is called Little Red Sleigh, inspired by the book, and it is sponsored by Watertown Urgent Care and was decorated by the Latier grandchildren, Giovanna, Francesca, Adriana, Jameson, Joey, and Grace. And I mean, first of all, this tree is huge, but it's beautiful, really so many different colors and that sparkle that draws your eye to it. This tree is called Dear George, another tree name inspired by the It's a Wonderful Life film, and was sponsored by Hancock and Esterbrook LLP and decorated by Tammy Jones, Vicki Kellogg, Alessa McGuire, and Denise Quinn. And I love this tree. It's so cozy just standing next to it, and they even have a pillow that you can cuddle up and enjoy its light. This tree is called It's a Wonderful Life Through a Child's Eyes. It's sponsored by KeyBank and was decorated by Tina Heasley, Deb Alvardio, Darcy Lepper, Ashley Patchton, and Jill LaBarge. And I love this tree. If you are a kid, your eyes get big. I don't consider myself a kid anymore, but my eyes are huge just looking at all of the sweets and things to enjoy on this tree. This tree is called It's a Wonderful Life and is sponsored by Stuart Shops and was decorated by Joanne Nevin and Julie Grandjean. And I love this tree. It really, you can hear the sounds of Christmas even on it with these bells that say It's a Wonderful Life that can be rung and heard across the entire building. This tree is called FXC Watertown Red and Black Football. It was sponsored by Barrett Paving Materials Incorporated and decorated by George and Diana Ashcraft, Sandy Hazen, and Jenna James. And I love this tree because not only does it have Christmas spirit, but also game day spirit.
So this tree is called Plain and Simple, sponsored by Massage with Laura and decorated by Laura Stamboli.
And I love this tree because it really can fit anywhere. It might be smaller than the others, but it is just as beautiful and it can really go in your dining room, your kitchen, if you don't have space for one of those bigger trees.
So this tree is called Tricia's Tree, sponsored by the Heather A. Friedman Foundation and decorated by Carla Stefanini, Karen Nevels, and the Heather A. Friedman Foundation. And obviously this tree is just a great tribute to really honor our loved ones who might not be able to be with us during the holiday season.
This tree and entire setup is called A Lily Life on the Lake. It's sponsored by BCA Architects and Engineers and was decorated by Beth Wagner, Jen Busseau, Amy Horton, and the Red Hots. And I mean, what's there not to enjoy here? We have seats that you can sit back and relax, drink holders, everything you need for a great life on the lake. This tree is called It's a Wonderful Life with Woman's Best Friend. It's sponsored by Marzano Real Estate and Marzano PMI Paving and was decorated by Ann Herringer, Tara Marzano, and Anita Zafante. And I love this tree because it's for all those pups and dog lovers, everything you could possibly want for Christmas. I mean, this is a dog's dream and an owner's dream to watch their puppy enjoy. And our next tree is It's a Wonderful Life with the Gift of Giving, and it's sponsored by the Zavante family and decorated by Anita Zavante. And really, you have everything you could possibly want to give someone this Christmas right under the tree here. We have tasty treats, we have toys, we have gifts. It's really everything that encompasses the holiday season.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. This is one of the most memorable lines from It's a Wonderful Life, and that's what this tree is all about. It's called Thanks for the Wings, sponsored by Channel 7, and decorated by Pastor Kevin Kiddo, Adam Sulphur, Springs UMC.
And this tree is Enchanted Forest 2.0 and is sponsored by Pepsi Beverage Company and was decorated by Hunter Viscarello, Denise Bruckner, Peter Sullivan, and Doug Russell. And really, this tree is everything you could want for an Enchanted Forest tree. I have the little reindeer in front of me, and it really feels like I'm right there in the forest.
This is the Winter Wonder tree, sponsored by in honor of IHC Elementary and decorated by TJ and Emily Babcock. And just look at how beautifully decorated this is. The detail is amazing, and it's just a winter wonderland.
And now continuing with the theme, this tree is called La Vida è Meravigliosa, which is actually It's a Wonderful Life in Italian. It is sponsored by Harris Beach PLLC and was decorated by Jerry Gosher. And it is just beautiful, just like the rest of them. The sparkles, the crowns, it really encompasses everything the Festival of Trees is about.
Now, some of you might know the book The Mitten Tree, and that's exactly what this tree is inspired by. This was sponsored by the IBEW Local 910 Watertown and Northern New York chapter of NECA and decorated by Lisa O'Driscoll and Liz Culberstun. And really, this just captures the book in its entirety.
And this tree is Hearth of Our Home and is sponsored by Casello Eye Physicians and Surgeons, PLLC, and was decorated by Alicia LaFlex and Kim Rizzo. And you can see me, I'm getting cozy by the fire right here. It's really so nice. These chairs are comfortable. Every comfy thing you would want to celebrate the holiday season.
So this tree is called Cabin Christmas, sponsored by Gymo Architecture, Engineering, and Land Surveying, and decorated by Margaret Fail, Brandy Lucas, and Mackenzie Fisk-Hamid. And I know for a fact that this tree would fit right in many of your homes or even cabins this Christmas.
And this tree is called It's a Wonderful Life, sponsored by Slack Chemical Company Incorporated, and was decorated by North Elementary. And even though it was decorated by elementary students, we have stuff for people of all ages. We have our Tom and Jerry's right here, some wine in the front, and a beautifully decorated tree with all the lights and things that you need.
This tree is called There's Snow Place Like the North Country, sponsored by Bowers and Companies and decorated by Chris Thurston. And if you look closely throughout the tree, there's many symbols of the North Country, such as the Burville Cider Mill, Fort Drum, the SPCA and the Y, and many more.
And this tree is called The Queen and was sponsored by Livingston Moving and Storage and decorated by Deborah Gillette and Betty Main. And really, this is the tree that keeps on giving. You have so many different pieces of jewelry that you can continue to wear, give to your friends and family, and really everything you could possibly need to look all glammed up for the holiday season.
This tree is called It's Wonderful to Be a Girl Scout, sponsored by the Watertown Family YMCA and decorated by Linda and Jill McMahon, Dolly LeClaire, Beth Jennings, and Cortland Morse. And as you can see, there are symbols of the Girl Scouts. There's the patches, the logo, and all sorts of mantras all around the tree.
And our next tree is paying special tribute to those who serve our country and is titled Thank You for Your Service, Love Mary Bailey, and is sponsored by Samaritan Medical Center and decorated by Samaritan Medical Center Foundation and Marketing. And especially with Fort Drum right in the North Country community, it's everything you would want to see from a tree honoring those who serve. Tree is titled Be Jolly by Golly, It's Christmas. It's sponsored by Coca-Cola Beverages Northeast and was decorated by the Watertown Lions Club and Amy O'Brien. And I love this tree. It's fitting it's from a beverage company. We have little beverage ornaments, glasses filled with little pom-poms, and a whole beverage cart to enjoy. This tree is called Build Your Wonderful Life. It's sponsored by Watertown Wealth Management and was decorated by Credo patients and staff. And like we said before, the holidays can be stressful, but a tree like this helps inspire you to keep going and focus on the important things with awesome sayings on every ornament.
So another take on It's a Wonderful Life, but this one with lots of color and sparkle and tinsel. This is sponsored by West Elcom and decorated by Paul and Brenda Cipher.
And our next tree's title encompasses how a lot of us might feel right now with a lot of snow, and is called Waiting for Spring. It's sponsored by Knowlton Technologies, LLC, and was decorated by Lake Ontario Realty and Brenda Cipher. And even though it says Waiting for Spring, it really is beautiful for the winter with snow, pine cones, and a nice cozy home underneath.
This tree, reasonably so, is called Cookies for Santa, and it was sponsored by Lakeside Outdoor Activity and decorated by Xi Alpha Kappa. And the tree is decorated with cookies, there's a fireplace, and even cookies for Santa.
This tree is called When a Bell Rings, an Angel Gets Its Wings. And it's sponsored by Watertown Local Development Corporation and decorated by Kim and Mario Rodriguez. And what I love about this tree, it's so delicate. There's feathers right here, glass ornaments, and even a little lamp to add that ambiance.
This is a starry night in the woods sponsored by Watertown Dental Health Group and decorated by Mary Corvo. And as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. It has woodland creatures all over it. There's snow. It really just looks like you're stepping outdoors into the North Country woods.
And this tree is called Cookie Monster Christmas. It's sponsored by Visions Hotels and was decorated by Visions Hotels, featuring Fairfield Inn and Suites, Best Western, and Candlewood Evans Mills. And I mean, the best thing about Christmas is all the cookies. So really encompasses all of that. We have Chips Ahoy, we have cookie ornaments, spatulas. Really the best thing about Christmas, in my opinion. This tree is titled Cozy Night Inn. It's sponsored by the Kelly and Joseph Sanzone Family Living Trust and was decorated by Jen Doldo, Patricia Watts, and Sierra Warner. And this tree really lives up to its name. It's so cozy right here, and you might not be able to see it, but board games all along the bottom, so you and your family or friends could enjoy a cozy night in. And this tree is titled She Lived a Wonderful Life, remembering Queen Elizabeth II. And it's sponsored by Healthway Family of Brands and was decorated by Amy Soderquist and Emily Soderquist. And really, what a tribute to the Queen. We have pictures of the Queen, we have teacups, really an awesome tribute.
Now this tree is called A Wonderful Life of Sweetness, sponsored by Nitric Electrical Contractors and decorated by Galenda Padilla and Linda Ortiz. And what you can't see on camera is this tree smells delicious.
And this tree is called It's a Wonderful Life When We Call the Outdoors Home. It's sponsored by Purcell Construction Company and was decorated by Sherry Simmons and Simmons Farm. And just standing here, I feel like I'm in the wilderness. I feel the snow coming down, all the little critters decorated. It's really puts you right in that environment.
This tree is called It's a Wonderful Life of Family Traditions, sponsored by SBS Rentals and decorated by Vial Vixens MC, Shannon Newberry, Nicole Janis, and Sherry Martin. And it's just such a traditional Christmas tree, just makes you want to cozy up by the fire.
This tree is called It's a Wonderful Natural Life in the North Country. It was sponsored by Stevens Media Group in Watertown and was decorated by Operation Yellow Ribbon, including Allison Gorham, Judy Gettner, Nancy Datouche, Kayla Perry, Ashley Shepard, Sue Mahoney, and Mary Corvo. And I love this tree. I love the dried fruits, which I know the decorators dried themselves, and all the little critters littered around that get to enjoy them.
So this tree is called Serene White, and it was sponsored by the Fuss Charles Chambers and decorated by Michelle Leo and Lisa O'Driscoll. And this is one of my favorites. It's just beautiful, sparkly, looks like a snow-covered tree.
And this tree is called Hang a Shining Star from the Brightest Bough. It's sponsored by the Animal Doctors and was decorated by Nancy Storino, Lisa L. Hullinger, and Beth Arthur. And this tree is honestly adorable. It has beautiful flowers coming out, beautiful ornaments, and all the reindeer sitting right out in front. And here we have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And it was sponsored by Kinney Drugs Foundation and decorated by Nancy Storino, Lisa L. Hullinger, and Beth Arthur. And I mean, you can't even find a branch on this tree. It's so filled with ornaments that are gorgeous and fun and colorful. And this tree is called Fort Drum Girl Scouts. It's sponsored by Billy Wagner Wine, Maggie's on the River, Massey's Furniture Barn, The Detail Shop, SRM, Time Warp Tavern, and Window Tinting by Shaggy. And it was decorated by Troops 50026, 50357, 50298, 60607, and Service Unit 512. And the time and effort put into this tree can really be seen. All these ornaments are homemade, they're beautiful, and even we have little boxes of Girl Scout cookies right here on the tree.
This tree is called Heartwarming, sponsored by American Kang Duckwan Karate and decorated by the Gravelin family and friends. And it's just so heartwarming. There's hearts all over the tree, different fun heartwarming things on the ground. It's just beautiful.
And this tree is called It's Wonderful in New York State and was sponsored by Mead Optical and decorated by Abigail and Elizabeth Culberson. And this tree really takes advantage of its title and has representation from across New York State. We have Thousand Islands right here in the North Country, some fishing ornaments, and even Long Island in central New York.
Now the name of this tree makes complete sense. It's called The Sounds of the Bells Came as a Whisper We Could Barely Hear, and it was sponsored by North Country Emergency Medical Consultants and decorated by Sherry Simmons and Dan Hartley. And it's just beautiful. I mean, it looks like you're in the Adirondacks. Look at this beautiful bear carving. It's just amazing.
And here we have It's a Wonderful Wizarding World. It's sponsored by RBC Wealth Management and was decorated by Debbie Wilson, Pam Waterman, and Sue Chartrand. And really, all of the little details on this tree. We have little newspapers, glasses, we have butterbeer, everything that you could want to encompass that Harry Potter theme.
Now this is the first of a 4-tree series. It is the 4 Houses of Hogwarts, the Gryffindor tree, obviously. This one was sponsored by Bradley's Military and Army Surplus and decorated by the Indian River Central School District's Melinda Akatow. The next tree is the Ravenclaw tree, sponsored by Inkwell Graphics and also decorated by Indian River Central School District's Melissa Ikatow.
And picking up where Izzy left off with the 4 Houses of Hogwarts. On my right here, we have the Slytherin tree, which is decorated in green, fully representing its house. And up here, we have the Hufflepuff tree, also decorated to the nines, and both were decorated by the Indian River School District and Melinda Ikatow.
This is the Many Colors of Christmas, sponsored by the Martin Group and decorated by Trisomy 21 Foundation of Northern New York, which is an affiliate of the National Down Syndrome Society and Congress. And it really is all the colors of Christmas. I mean, you've got the bright, you've got the silver and gold. It's just really comes all together.
Here we have We Wish You Some Merry Tunes. Who doesn't love Christmas music during the holiday season? It's sponsored by Tunes 92.5 and 104.5 FM and was decorated by Tim, Quince, Holly, Jen, Ken, Melissa, Michaela, Hillary, Destiny, Liv, and Hank. And on the tree, we have microphones, jukeboxes, record players, everything you could possibly need for a rockin' Christmas. And this tree is called Zuzu's Petals and is sponsored by AmeriQ Credit Union and was decorated by Michelle Hamilton, Kathy Calbound, and Lisa Walsh. And I am cozy right here, sitting in my rocking chair, enjoying the beautiful light and ornaments of this tree. This tree is titled All Are Wonderfully Welcome and is sponsored by Can-Am Speedway and was decorated by Can-Am Speedway and Encompass Recreation. And you can tell the passion behind these people who decorated. We have all the little sports balls and even decorations that say Can-Am Speedway that look homemade.
This tree is called Value Your Blessings, sponsored by Aetna Medicare Solutions and decorated by Kayla White and Aaron Cordoba. And it's surrounded by different blessings. It's a little bit modern, but really captures the meaning of Christmas.
And here we have, it's a Princess Christmas, and it's sponsored by Watertown Pediatric Dentistry and was decorated by Samaritan Pulmonary, including Suzanne Height, Janice Hess, and Sandy Garrett. And I mean, this is every little girl's dream. We have dolls, we have the car. What else could you possibly want? And this tree is called Love, Laughter, and Happily Ever After. It's sponsored by Wendy's, New England Wendigo Incorporated, and was decorated by Wedding Planner. And it really is breathtaking. It could be every bride's Christmas dream and give them their happily ever after for each Christmas to come. And now we have another tree pulling from the theme of It's a Wonderful Life called Zuzu's Petals. It's sponsored by Alliance for Better Communities, Anchor Recovery Center of Northern New York, Pivot and Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, and was decorated by Abigail McDonald, Tammy Wabby-Nanik, Raisha Wood, Tasha Pearson, Fran Dahl, Heidi Williams, Sarah Hillier, Ellie Shoup, Julie Mason, Chloe Sherburne, and Debbie Hughes. And you can just check out the petals inside the ornaments, the painted ornaments. It's really just a beautiful, breathtaking tree. And here we have a Cannoneer Christmas that's sponsored and decorated by Jefferson Community College. And talk about school spirit. We have their colors, pom-poms, mascot name, and Santa obviously came early for JCC with their new turf field fully represented by everything on the tree. And this tree represents a traditional Christmas, which is actually its title, and was sponsored by Watertown Internists and decorated by Mark and Lori Converse. And like it said, a traditional Christmas. We have elves, we have sparkles, we have red and green, we have everything Christmas means. And this tree is called Back the Blue and sponsored by Lamb & Knowles and decorated by Lisa Wilson, Lori Foote, Scarlett Pelton, Sarah Maggio, Bethany Duflo, Heather Miller, Jenna Waite, and April Ryan. And I love the representation of this tree. We had the blue line across all the ornaments with names of officers and even our canine officers represented. The tree is titled St. Lawrence University, The Start to a Wonderful Life, and is sponsored by Samaritan Auxiliary and decorated by Emily Soderkist. And I love this tree. I love the representation of the university right up here and the detail and glitter on all of the ornaments. This tree is called This Is a Wonderful Life, sponsored by the Knowles family and decorated by Michelle Leo. And I love this tree because it's reminding us that our lives really are wonderful and we're great right where we are. And this tree is Girls Night In and was sponsored by Comfort Systems USA Syracuse and was decorated by the Arc Jefferson St. Lawrence, Michelle Leo, Heather Casey, and Katja Richardson. And despite the beautiful tree and colors and ornaments and sparkle, I love the glasses and the little bar cart right here. What else could you possibly need for a fun night in with your girlfriends? And this tree pays tribute to Deandra, whose life was taken too soon, and represents her love for sunflowers and other things with all of its beauty. And this tree is called Barbershop and sponsored by FX Caprera Honda of Watertown and was decorated by Jen Brett. And it's hard to believe that only one person decorated. I mean, look at the dedication. And we even have our barber chair right here, right down to the floor to get a haircut. This tree is called Home Alone after the classic Christmas film. It was sponsored by Community Broadcasters and decorated by Ashley and Delaney Caprera. And I love this tree. It's so fitting. It's like you're in the movie, and you gotta even be careful for the booby traps lying all around it when walking through. This tree is called Merry Glammas and it's sponsored by the Paddock Club and decorated by Brooke Caprera. And this embodies the word glam. You have nail polish, we have a camera, we have wine, and a fancy globe there too. Everything you could possibly need. Ahoy, and welcome to It's a Wonderful Life on the River. It was sponsored and decorated by Carthage Savings and really paints the picture. Even though we are in winter, you can picture the river running in front of you and enjoying the sun. And this tree is called How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It was sponsored by Medical Gas Technologies Incorporated and decorated by Tara Benson, Kristen Williams, Lynn Barber, Kim Bush, and Courtney Benson. And it is awesome. Look at the shape of the tree. Truly in theme, and we better get out of here before the Grinch comes and steals all of my presents. And here we have It's a Marvelous Christmas. It was decorated and sponsored by the Youth Philanthropy Council of the Northern New York Community Foundation, and they did a great job. We have almost everybody from the Marvel Universe on here. Thor, Captain America, we even have a Hulk mask. And in this section, we have a variety of trees that was decorated by local schools in the North Country. And that concludes our first look at the 2022 North Country Festival of Trees. You can find more information on the event on the Samaritan Health website.